What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. And there are a lot of wow moments in life, and there's not much you can do about it. You're just going to have to buckle down and make the best out of any situation. Learn how to roll with the punches. You got to bob and weave so you do not get knocked out. Your defense has to be just as strong as your offense. And life can really get just crazy sometimes. I made a trip back to Pittsburgh to visit my family. I was only supposed to be there for 4 days, ended up turning into 15 days, and I was just completely feeling under the weather, was sick. I didn't have the strength to do much of anything. I only got to ride for like 3 days the time that I was there. On my way back to New Jersey, I'm coming home, and my car breaks down on the side of the road. I had my wheels, my guitars, everything in there. And, everything happens for a reason. You heard me say that in videos. You just make the best out of a situation. There were good reasons why that happened and some bad, but everything worked out in the end. So what I'm going to do now is I have to actually fly back to Pittsburgh. I had to catch a flight to get back to New Jersey so I can get there for work. Now I have to fly back to Pittsburgh, go pick up my car so I can bring my wheels and my guitars and stuff back up here. But you know what? I am thankful for how everything worked out. Why? Because that's how it was supposed to be. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for your support for this channel and how it's growing. Thank you for all the subs and the views. I appreciate and love each and every one of y'all. I really, really do. And I apologize for not being able to put out content for like the last, I think like 3 weeks, but I have not been feeling good. I am trying to get back on my feet. I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm not 100%, but we're going to make this work. And here is just some of the footage from my trip to Pittsburgh. Now, what you're going to see now is my hometown, and a big shout out to Iron Mike and A-Train. They are back there in the chase vehicle getting some of this amazing footage. But I'm originally from Bridgeville. It's a small town about 13 miles south of Pittsburgh, and I had a really good time. I could only ride for like 3 days. Now, some days the weather was iffy, but I just did not have the strength to ride, nor my mindset was not there. And I always tell people, when you're on your wheel, you got to make sure you're mentally and physically, up to the challenge. Otherwise, bad things could happen while you're riding. And what I'm doing now is just doing the warm-up. I always like to warm up before I do my main ride on the wheel. And I'm on the Tesla V2. I love this wheel. People say, why don't you sell it? No, I think as a commuter wheel, I think the Tesla, whether it's the V2 or the updated version of the V3, I think it's an amazing wheel, especially for commuters or someone looking for a smaller wheel with great power. Now, this footage here is from Fairview Park. First time here. Great time. Again, thank you, A-Train and Iron Mike, for telling me to come here. And I lived around that area for I don't know how many years. I never went to Fairview Park. Now, it's not very big, but it's a nice place to zip around. If you're in that Bridgeville area, and again, it's in South Fayette Township. It's not far from Bridgeville. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. It's a great place to learn how to ride any PEV, an e-bike, skateboard, one wheel, whatever your choice is. Weather was fantastic. Nothing bad to say about the trip. I just wish that I was able to put more miles on my wheels, man. I wanted to do at least 200 to 300 miles, maybe even more, and I did not get to do that. This is the Cecil Park section of the Montour Trail. A big thank you to my buddy Brian. That's his truck there. We threw the wheel in the back of that thing and headed on out. I'm trying to get Brian to learn how to ride, but that is a work in progress. And I want to state again that the Montour Trail is between 47 and 60 miles long, made of crushed limestone, and I believe certain sections are also smooth concrete. And I was told if I would ride up to the Valley Brook section, it would turn into concrete, but I didn't make it that far because it was in the evening, it was kind of late, and I was pressed for daylight, so I didn't want to venture out too far and have to ride back through here in the dark. But overall, the terrain was smooth. You did run into some dips and ruts periodically, but overall, very impressed of how well the trail is maintained. I did run into a maintenance crew, and they were keeping the weeds and grass down on the sides of the trail. So I'm looking forward to coming back and riding on the Montour Trail again. This was a pure treat. The weather was amazing. It was about 78 to 80 degrees. It wasn't windy. And there's a biker behind me because I had just gotten on the trail, so I was trying to familiarize myself with the terrain. I just didn't want to get on here and start full sending it and end up wiping out. So he did pass me. He said pass it on the left. And then once I start picking up speed, I shot past him, and he was just curious of what I was riding, and I think he was amazed, to say the least, at how fast and the amount of ground that I was covering on this thing. And the other day that I went out and I did the 26 plus mile ride, I had two bikers trying to pace me, and I just ran off and left them, and they were just left scratching their head because they thought they were fast, man. But yeah, I don't think they've ever seen an electric unicycle. This trip was just pure fun. Wish I could have spent more time on the trail, but like I stated before, man, I was just not feeling up to it mentally, physically, just feeling really tired for almost the whole time I was down in Pittsburgh. So I will return to pick up my car and pick up my camera gear, wheels, and my instruments. But wow, man, looking forward to coming back, riding different sections of this trail. And if I'm not mistaken, this connects to the Allegheny Passage, and that's a trail that runs from DC to Pittsburgh. Okay, so I was doing some research on that. I believe it connects with the Montour Trail. Don't quote me on that, but I would love to ride on that as well. And this video could have been really long. I had like 4 cameras worth of footage. I'm just trying to break it down into just, smaller videos. I don't want to make like a 2-hour long video. So I stretched this one out a bit with the trail footage just so y'all can see just the different areas and get a gist of what it looks like. But if you ever get a chance and you're in Pittsburgh, I would highly recommend riding on the Montour Trail. It's truly amazing. It's relaxing, and it gets a 10 out of 10 from me. So with that being said, remember, you get on your wheel, you ride it like you hate it. You be safe out there, but you ride it like you hate it. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming to the channel and all the support, the views, the subs. It's growing. Thank you so much. I'm Sensei. Hello, good night, and enjoy the rest of the video.